5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, turn it up. Like, can we get that up a little higher? No? All right. So it is what it is for today. So good day, eh? A little chillier out today.
Yeah.
So you know what? We've already had one time where we talked about, right at the beginning of the year, we talked about goals, because you're right, goals for the new year, blah, 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 blah. Look at it differently.
When did we do this?
I don't know. Maybe I did it in my head. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe we didn't really do it. But you know, everybody comes up with New Year's resolutions and everything. It works for like 2 months or 1 month, 2 weeks. It's like crap. Let's look at it a different way. I want you to think of one word, just one word. A word that you are going to use as like an anchor. What's your word? I don't think I want to know the word, but tell me what your word is. All right, tell me in a second. No. One word that you're going to use, that you're going to try to apply to everything. All right, what's your word? What are you thinking? What are you laughing at? Tell me.
Can't.
You can't? It's too rude, too bad?
Yeah.
Alright, so it could be a word like a discipline, right? So when you're sitting there and you've been scrolling for like 45 minutes, an hour, you think discipline. Not to say you shouldn't scroll, but discipline and say, I'm only going to do this for like 10 minutes. And then I got more stuff to do. Discipline, you're going to get that workout in. Or consistency. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Sugar. No more sugar. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something. Think of a word. What comes to mind? What comes to mind that you can say?
Oh man. Donuts. I don't like donuts.
I like donuts, but
I hate donuts.
I only had like one or two, and then I'm good for a few months. Actually, a whole bunch of months. And the reality is, I always feel like crap after I eat it. So, another word could be like, I'm thinking of forethought, right? Like having the forethought
Knuckle duster.
to know that before you eat the donut,
Phagocytosis.
you're gonna feel like crap. So don't eat the donut. Forethought. Think before you speak. Think before you do.
Senor.
Yeah, that's forethought. All right, so like really think of a word that you can say on air.
Yeah. I'll do that. Right now.
Yeah, right now. Not phagocytosis.
Lemon.
Le Mans, like the car race?
Yeah. I was thinking about the truck that's in front of us.
Alright. I'm gonna slouch.
Discipline.
Just like make a necklace out of that sucker. Always
Yeah.
think discipline. Be disciplined. Alright. So.
I have a confession to make.
Alright, fess up.
I messed up that. Really big.
Really big?
Yeah.
Really big? What'd you do?
I told myself stop wearing puffer jackets like these. But
And then you wore it.
yeah, it's just so cold. And these are like really warm.
So what's the problem with it then?
Because it's stupid. Puffer jackets, everybody wears them.
Probably because they're warm. It's
Exactly,
cold
but
outside.
there's no style, there's no class.
You gotta be classy. So wear something classy and have like one of those thermal shirts underneath here. Or you can try a turtleneck. You lose a lot of heat through your neck. And they're not very popular, but they do have style.
I have a turtleneck sweater.
They, I don't think I have any turtlenecks.
Yeah. So, How's your year been going?
Well, pretty crappy so far, right? Because, well, I'm walking better, but my hamstring still completely hurts from rupturing that. My surgery recovery still hurts, but it's coming along. But on the other hand, we could say it started off crap, so it's only going to get better from here.
Or you could say that, and then everything just gets worse.
Yeah, it could.
And then you don't believe in good things anymore.
That's true. It's not that I don't believe in good things, because there's good things all around. It's more a matter of I don't believe in good things are there for me. They're there for everybody else, but not for me.
Maybe you're not trying to find it.
Maybe looking in the wrong places. A guy named
Maybe you're blind to the good things.
Buckwheat Sings.
By the bad things.
Buckwheat. It's played by Eddie Murphy. He said, "Looking for love in all the wrong places." But yeah, that was like on Saturday Night Live or something like that. A long time ago, late 80s, early 90s. Buckwheat Sings. All right, so try this instead. Whenever you speak, think before you speak, and think, why am I saying this?
I do.
Before every time you say something, think, why am I saying this?
Most of the time, yeah.
Do you?
But sometimes I like to have weird thoughts and express them towards people very like in their face and like just say a bunch of random crap.
That's alright. But anytime you forget to think before you speak, then immediately think after you spoke, why did I say that?
I don't really do that very much.
Why did I say that?
I've already figured that out, kind of trying to #thriving.
And then with this in mind, think about not being the most interesting person, but be the most interested. Ask people questions about them. Bring their interesting to the surface. Be interested.
Most people aren't very interesting, and maybe they are, but they just don't show it.
Exactly, so try and bring it out in them. And by doing so,
I do try.
They will appreciate you. And then you will become the most interesting person. Not by being interesting, but being interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I try.
It's good.
I hate fake attitude.
I thought you were going to say marshmallows. I hate fake marshmallows. But fake attitudes, yes. I
hate
agree with that.
when somebody is just being fake. And then they say something, I mean, if you're joking, whatever, but when you like act normally, how you wouldn't act by yourself. How you wouldn't act, I don't know, like, I don't know.
No, I completely get it. You're immediately making me think
And that's what just
of going to parties in university. And the reason being is particularly in the first year of university, that really bothered me a lot because you're around these people in your dorm all the time, and you get to know them, and you get to know them pretty well. And then you go to a party and they've turned into a completely different person, and it used to tick me off so much. And oftentimes what would happen is I'd go to a party, I'd be there for an hour or two, and then oftentimes I'd just leave. There'd be a few people that oftentimes we'd like sort of leave together. We'd go and sit down at a cafe and chat, or we'd go back to somebody's room and we'd just chat, and there'd usually just be a few of us, and it was just the real people. We'd spend all night just chatting with people who were always genuine. Mm-hmm. And that's probably what I enjoyed doing the most. I've never really enjoyed parties because of the predominance of fake attitudes. It was really disheartening.
I don't know, people are so...
They're trying to be
afraid.
interesting, right? What they're trying to do is they're looking for...
They're looking for other people's interest or other people's approval instead of...
Yeah, they're looking for
like,
significance. Tony Robbins said once, he said, one of the most... Like, oftentimes we hear about pain and pleasure, right? Like, we're either trying to get away from pain or we're trying to go towards pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
But he sort of framed it differently. He said, the number one need of people emotionally, not physically, right? Because you have to eat and stuff like that. But he said the number one need emotionally is the feeling of significance, right? And so when people are unsure of themselves or they're not getting enough good feelings kind of thing, then they're constantly trying to feel significant. So they'll act in a way, speak in a way to try to make themselves feel significant. And so
it's like I sometimes I'm standing with friends or whatever, and I just listen to them speak, you know, and they're trying to say what they want, what they think the other people want them to hear.
Right.
That's what they're trying to get across, that they're cool like them. Like they want to, they want to say what they want to do. They want to be the person that those people want to be, and people are so afraid of, standing out and I don't know, like doing something different than what is not natural, but what is, not to say accepted, but what is, kind of the norm and what is expected.
Yeah, and I think maybe that for as far as social dynamics go and everything, and particularly for any age group, but particularly for teenagers, I think it's probably not a bad short-term strategy, but I think it's a very bad medium to long-term strategy as far as making friends and making real connections with people. Because I think for the most part, most people will realize that they're just doing it for a laugh, that they're not being genuine. And I think most people really do appreciate genuinity. Is that a word? I think people authenticity. I think people really generally do appreciate real people, as opposed to just being fake or just trying to get a laugh or making fun of people. But on the surface,
but you have to kind of first make that step towards.
Yeah, there has to be a level of maturity. There has to be a level of maturity to achieve.
Instead of, I don't know, because I feel like you have to kind of make that first step into being genuine with somebody, so that they can be genuine. Or I don't know, because I find that most people usually aren't until you. Until you do it. You usually have to make the first step. You know why? Because there's not many people who are actually real leaders out there.
And maybe they could be. Maybe they could be.
A lot of people may be leaders.
Yeah, but it's under the surface a little.
But it's maybe it's not even, but it's where they're leading people.
Yeah, or also too, maybe they're just afraid to lead, but then they see you come along and say something or do something, and that can actually give them the confidence to make the step towards being somebody that they want to be. It's kind of like, that reminds me of this one kid who goes to your school, and his mom came in to see me, and she said after one of your concerts, school concerts, that when he saw you playing, and not just playing guitar but singing, and saw like how cool it was, he himself was too scared of learning music, and because of that he decided to start learning music. Just because he saw you, cool, and it was like your example allowed him to sort of break out of his shell. Am I going straight or right? Where am I going? Front door or back door?
Front door.
Front door, okay.
Yeah, when you told me that was so cool.
That was
so cool.
But that's something though too, right? Like, it's just, like, that's something I think I've said to you a bunch of times, of, you just having that ability to just pick up your guitar and start playing and singing in front of anybody, and like, that's like, to me, that's crazy because I could never do it. I'm just
Yeah.
way too self-conscious to do something like that.
Well, it takes a lot because like it's been years of me,
Yeah.
you know, playing in front of family and like becoming confident with it. I'm not just I didn't just start out like I write a song and now I'm gonna go play it for people. Like
Yeah.
it took a really long time. Even then, when I started, I would play songs that like I don't know weren't as personal, or I tried to like
Right.
hide the words.
So it was still something hard to do in the beginning, and then you got better and better.
I mean, it still kind of is sometimes.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you because I did the chord. So yesterday I wrote a Spanish song, a song in Spanish.
Unos, dos,
I
tres,
didn't finish
campos.
it, but I did the chorus, and then I did the first verse before I went to bed.
You're gonna hear it first, right here.
And it's not the best recording, but I wanted you to hear it first. Where is it? Batmobile. We're in the Batmobile, by the way. These are talks in the Batmobile.
Yes, it's been a little while because I haven't been driving,
Yeah.
and now I can drive again.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Mi única razón, mi cielo, no pidas perdón. Tengo venas de acero, pero cuando te siento, ay, hinchazón, mi sangre sigue tu tacto, ay, tanto sentimiento, me he enamorado de ti. Y si rompes el mío, mírame, cariño, tengo dos corazones para ti. No te preocupes por mi
Duolingo pays off.
Amores derecho, no te preocupes por mí. Pero si hago lo mismo, déjame ir para siempre, lo siento. Tienes un corazón para ver, tengo una razón para protegerte y dejar ir. Si yo tengo que.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay,
I can't believe that he's like learning Spanish on Duolingo and he comes up with a Spanish song.
No,
What the?
look, almost all the words in this song I didn't know before. I used like a Google Translate, Deeple, whatever. But like, yeah, I still wrote all of it. But,
That's awesome.
But
I don't care,
I
you
had
did
to
it.
like figure it out. So it's really cool, and I like it, and it sounds like a real Spanish song. But it's also like, even if I wrote this song in English, I would still like the song because of like what it's saying.
It's
But you can't-
sentimental.
Yeah, but you can't really. Okay, so the lyrics are, my only reason. Mi cielo is like a word you call, like a partner, like my
Yeah.
sky.
It's like my cello,
Yeah.
right? Like it's your partner in music,
sure.
right? You make something musical together.
Mi cielo, my
Mi
sky.
cielo, mi cielo,
My
mi
sky.
cello.
No
My cello.
No pidas perdón. That means like don't say sorry. I have veins of steel. Tengo venas de acero. Pero cuando te siento, when I feel you. Or wait. Pero cuando te siento. Yeah, I think so. Like when I feel your touch. High. Like my heart swells. High hinchazón. Mi sangre sigue tu tacto. My blood follows your touch. I have a lot of feeling high, tanto sentimiento.
Sentimental.
Y me enamorado de ti. I'm in love with you. Something like it's not a direct translation of that, but if you break mine, look at me, cariño. It's like, look at me, darling. Tengo dos corazones para ti. I have two hearts for you. Don't worry about my chest. This love is right. Don't worry about me. But if I do the same, let me go forever. I'm sorry. You have one heart. I don't want to break it. Tengo una razón y es para protegerte. I have one reason, and it's to protect you. But I'd let you go if I had to. And it all rhymes and it all sounds good.
That was awesome.
Mi única razón, mi cielo, no pidas perdón.
Next time we go to Spain, you should busk.
Yeah.
Do busking in the street.
Tengo venas de acero, pero cuando te siento hay hinchatón. Mi sangre sigue tu tacto. Hay tanto.
Tactile is it touching,
hay
to touch.
Tu tacto.
The tactile. That's tactile, right? To touch.
Hay tanto sentimiento, me he enamorado de ti. Y si rompes el mío, mírame, cariño. Tengo dos corazones para ti, no te preocupes por mi pecho. Este amor es derecho.
My love, amore.
No te preocupes por mí, pero si hago lo mismo, déjame ir para siempre, lo siento. Tienes un corazón, nunca lo romperé. Tengo una razón y es para protegerte. Te dejaría ir si yo tengo que. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Put a pattern.
One more time.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, oh.
Mi única razón, mi cielo, no pidas perdón. Tengo venas de acero, pero cuando te siento hay hinchazón, mi sangre sigue tu tacto. Hay tanto sentimiento, me he enamorado de ti. Y si rompes el mío, mírame, cariño. Tengo dos corazones para ti. No te preocupes por mi pecho, este amor es derecho. No te preocupes por mí, pero si hago lo mismo, déjame ir para siempre, lo siento. Tienes un corazón, nunca lo romperé. Tengo una razón y es para protegerte. Te dejaré ir si yo tengo que.
So I'm going to finish that song, and then I'm going to keep writing songs in Spanish, because that's how I'm going to learn it. Because now I'm learning all these words that I'm learning it. So that's how I'm going to learn
neat.
Spanish better.
That's good.
And then eventually I'll release a Spanish album. And that opens Coby Dallin to like billions of other people.
South America,
Maya,
Central America,
like all that.
Spain.
Yeah. And
I'm just getting a little freaked out.
if I play that song to a Spanish girl, she's going to love me.
That's true. Well, on the surface she will, because she loved the song.
Yeah. But then she'll get to know me.
Yeah.
She'll love me. Okay, should we end it there?
Yeah, let's end it there. I'm getting a little stressed because of the time, and he's got a
good.
test.
I got a test in 25 minutes. It's fine. We're right
25
out of
minutes.
school.
Yeah.
Peace,
The
yo.
traffic's bad. All right. See you later. Hey, oh, let's go.